Is Mickey 17 a science fiction comedy satire set with a political backdrop? Who knows? But we are going to get into it right now. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you. It's been a while since my last video, as my room has been remodeled and repainted for the past 2 weeks, and boy, we are back with a bang. Mickey 17 is about a young man trying to make a life for himself on Earth, but is constantly making the wrong decisions over and over again. As a last hope at a stable life, he decides to flee Earth with no suitable qualifications or skills to speak of. The only role he can apply for is the role of an expendable. No, not that expendable. A role that requires you to die over and over and over again for the betterment of science research and discovery. Each time Mickey dies, he is reprinted or reborn, and his memories and experiences are saved onto a hard drive so that the scientists can learn everything that they can about what happened. They experiment with him, they torture him, until one experiment where they send him out onto the new planet they land on to test out if the atmosphere is breathable. Mickey falls down a hole in the snow and survives the fall, only to be dragged and taken to a nest full of creatures that will later be known as creepers. Mickey, somehow saved, and is taken to safety and heads home, only to discover he has already been reprinted and made what they call as a multiple. After that, chaos ensues. The expedition to the new planet is led by Kenneth Marshall, a dictator-style leader who spouts out propaganda and political nonsense to the people. He is there because he has previously failed in 2 elections back on Earth, which has now become more or less unlivable and the reason for colonizations to new worlds. The film is directed by Bong Joon-ho, the director of the Oscar-winning film Parasite. Mickey 17, his first English language film. It stars Robert Pattinson as Mickey 17 and has an eclectic cast of British talent. Naomi Ackie, to name but a few, playing the role of Mickey's love interest, and Nasha, who also happens to be head of security and a badass agent, much equal to Pattinson's Mickey. Mark Ruffalo is Kenneth Marshall, the leader of the expedition to the planet, and Stephen Yeun plays Mickey's best friend, Timo. What Bong Joon-ho does really well with this film is set the scene very early on, with great costume and set design, really building the world and the lore of the piece, making you feel a part of it. It's not a glitzy, pristine look at space. Everything looks worn and weathered. It's been used and looks pretty much homemade. It deals with complex issues and moralities, such as what if there were 2 of you and only one of you committed the crime? Because you're both the same person, do you both go down for the crime, or is it the person who's committed the act? Many questions like this are asked. There's a political backdrop that seems rather timely. Ask the questions about what role does political propaganda have in our society, and is it used for good or bad? They mess with the idea of colonization and the idea that do we have the right to just go and take over another country? Greenland. Greenland. Sorry, got a bit of a cough there. Just because they have the means to do so. This, I feel, is Pattinson's best work so far. Having to play the same person twice, but with very different personalities. That really showcases his wide range of acting abilities. He plays both soft and gentle versions of Mickey, as well as playing psychopath Mickey really, really well, often creating moments of tension and humour at the same time. Mark Ruffalo plays a great politician, as well as having some outrageous comedic moments that will make you belly laugh out loud. And Naomi Aki does a great job also grounding Mickey's character, giving him a reason to keep going and doing what he does just to get back to her. They balance each other out very well, and it is very evident that they have very good chemistry on screen. Aki gives an amazing speech to the behaviour of Kenneth Marshall's political motives and his political actions as well. And I also lost count in the amount of times she said the word fuck in that one speech. All in all, I feel that you should definitely go and see this film. It's funny, it's serious, and action-packed all at the same time, while also being quite thought-provoking and interesting, putting a comedic spin on some very complex issues. There we have it. That's my review of Mickey 17. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments and the chat if you've seen it or if you've not, and get the conversation started. Bong Joon-ho does a very good job at directing this piece, and his first English-speaking film, I think, is highly rated, and you should definitely go and check this out in the cinema. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting more and more regularly, and now that all the work is done in my bedroom, and going to be able to post more. So stay tuned for the next few videos, and I shall see you at the movies.